So it's been a while since we've done a haul. So I've been working on a big project and haven't had time to go to thrift stores, but I have been stopping at estate sales every once in a while when I see them as I'm driving. So this is the accumulation of 3 different estate sales and what I got from them. I spent a total of $51, which I don't think is awful. I think that's pretty good considering. So let's break it down piece by piece and I'll show you what I got. So estate sale number 1, this is where I spent most of my money. $40 out of the $51 total. So the sole reason I actually went to this estate sale was for this particular piece. It was this copper tea kettle. Now I have been searching copper tea kettles everywhere, and unfortunately for me, just wasn't having any luck finding them. Now I will say the price that they had on this was honestly the highest I've ever seen when it comes to copper tea kettles. So they had a sticker price of $30 on it. So I decided to take a chance and bring it up to the counter in the hopes that it wouldn't be $30. So there were actually 3 different tea kettles. I loved this one because of the wooden handle and the wooden top, and the curvature of the actual handle itself is really beautiful. But honestly, a perfect find. I love it. If it is vintage, it's actually in really good condition. Vintage is obviously what I go for. I love the patina on vintage pieces. However, this one actually looks fairly new, so if it is a vintage piece, someone either took really good care of it or didn't use it that much. But either way, I was really happy with this purchase. But then I went to the flea market, so don't be surprised if you see another tea kettle in a thrift haul coming up. So next up, where I actually saw the tea kettle, I also found these 2 pieces, which I thought were super adorable. Now what's funny is it's been basically 2 months since I shopped for this haul. So this is like prime copper era for me, where I was like literally shopping for anything and everything copper. I have since found everything that I wanted to find in copper. So it is not on my list anymore of things to look for. However, I'm just going to put this out there because I know I will be eating my words if I don't say this. If I find something that is a vintage piece that is really cute, that just happens to be copper, I definitely will pick it up. Really great pieces. I love the style of them. I love their little handles. The spouts are adorable too. And each of them has a lid that comes off. And these ones have a little bit more patina than the actual tea kettle. So I was kind of happy to pick this one up. And this one in particular has a little bit of a rattan style handle, which I thought was really cool. Very different. And as you can see here, this one is a mixture of both copper and a little bit of a brass colored metal. But lovely pieces. Again, wasn't expecting to find these when I went for the kettle. So when I saw this, just had to pick them up. So next up are 2 mirrors, and these ones kind of just felt like the perfect pieces, and it just so happens to be the same color gold as my main mirror on the mirror wall. So I figured these would be perfect to kind of just place in spaces where I need to fill it out. With the rectangle one, I actually really love the style of this. I love when it has like the details on the corners, and you can probably tell this, but this is not metal at all. It's essentially a wood mirror spray painted to look like metal. Great style. It does have some scratches on it, but in my opinion, not anything too noticeable. I do believe it will complement the other mirrors well. And the second mirror, this oval mirror, this one was a little bit different. This was a harder sell for me. I liked the overall look of this. When I got up closer, I was hesitant because of the cherubs, but last minute I decided, you know what, they kind of just look good together, so maybe I should just pick them up. So I haven't actually put this on my mirror wall yet, but I've placed them in my dining room just to kind of put them up and see. Honestly, can't even tell anymore that they're cherubs, so had to pick these up. I think they're great. So they will eventually be styled on my mirror wall, but actually I really like where they are styled right now. So these probably will be something that moves around quite a bit until I actually put them on the mirror wall. And the last pieces from this first estate haul. These are copper trays, and they have like a hammered style to them, and it is combined with brass-like handles. Just thought it was really cute. These could easily be serving trays if you wanted to have them as like a serving piece. To be honest, I wasn't planning on buying all 3. I was actually planning on getting like the 2 smaller ones and leaving the larger one, just because I wanted some layering pieces on the shelf. But they handed me all 3, and I was like, you know what? It's alright. I'll get all 3. And it was at this point where I like looked at my bag once I left, and I was like, oh, I might have overdid it with the copper. It's a very sturdy piece, which is nice. So these for me will definitely be styling pieces. 2 out of the 3 will probably be on my kitchen shelf. However, this would be kind of cool to see on a plate rack. So this is the end of this haul when it comes to copper pieces. Glad I stopped there. So the second place that I went to was second day of the estate sale. And some estate sales in my area do 50% off on the second day. This just happened to be one of those businesses, so I was pretty lucky in that regard. So I got all of these for a total of $6, which I think is pretty good. It wasn't something that I was actually actively looking for in the moment, because I have a couple of candlestick holders that don't have candlesticks because they need thin candlesticks like this. So I did pick these up. I figured they'd be useful not only for these candlesticks, but the candlesticks that I have here. So with these candlesticks, I also picked up these gaudy candlestick holders. So I would consider these gaudy because they are yellow gold, and they're also paired with like a crystal-like material. They're actually very heavy. So I was looking at these, and I was with my mom at the time. My mom was like, you want them, get them. So my mom technically talked me into these, but I do think they're really cute. Truthfully, I feel like these are kind of like the perfect style because they are so short to kind of like have in the center of like your dining table. So obviously not a major score, but I just thought these were cute, so I had to show them. Now, when it comes to the books, so usually in my area at estate sales, you find books for $1. So estate sales and flea markets are typically where I get my vintage books because that's usually the best deal. So because this was the second day and 50% off, they were essentially 50-cent books. So these are the two vintage books that I found. These are perfect. One is called Plane and Spherical Trigonometry. And this one is called Northway Passage. Nope. Wait. What is it? Hold on. Northwest. Sorry. Northwest. It was so faded I couldn't read it. Latest copyright for this one is 1936. And latest copyright for this one is 1937. So pretty good vintage books in my opinion when it comes to age. But then I also got coffee table books. I love coffee table books, coffee styling books. First one I got is flower painting. When it comes to coffee table books, I lean towards either art books or antique books. Unfortunately, most of the pictures in here are colorless. However, it's just still really cool to look at, not to mention the fact something to learn from, which is really cool. Also a very old style book in my opinion. It's almost like a linen style book. Like the cover of it is like more cloth-like, but you can see that even the spine of it has some Asian wear to it, and it's almost like an emerald green, although it's kind of reading a little bit more blue. And then I picked up another art book, which I thought was really cute. The cover of it is actually really pretty, and it's called The Story Behind the Painting. So again, another coffee style book that would be just great to look through and read about, and a great size in my opinion too to style on top of as well. And 50 cents, like I said, 50 cents, can't beat it. This last book here was actually the only one that wasn't 50 cents. It was originally $2, but on the second day it ended up being $1. So I picked up this Border Country book. So this honestly is not an art book and it's not an antique book, but it is about landscapes, which would be my number 3. Overall, great photography in this book. It's just really beautiful. The gray and green and the gold lettering is just like a beautiful combination. But without the book jacket, it's a beautiful coffee table book as well. Kind of looks almost like purple on camera, but it's like a cool gray tone. So I think this is a great pick, and the fact that it was only $1, can't beat that. Okay, and last but not least, the last estate sale, which was only one thing that I picked up because it was kind of picked through, and it was this stoneware piece. I have been looking for a stoneware piece essentially for my utensils, though I haven't had much luck. So when I did find this one, I thought it was a decent size, but I figured I could grab this, see if it will fit the majority of my utensils. And if I do need to size up, that's something that I can look for down the line. It's a brown stoneware piece, really cute though. And the fact that it came with a lid is actually really cool too. I actually haven't seen a lid for these styles jars as of yet, so seeing this is actually really surprising. I don't know if they actually go together, but the fact that I got them as a set together was pretty cool. All around, I think it's a beautiful piece. This is a great canister. So even if it doesn't fit my utensils, there's a great chance that I could use this somewhere else in my kitchen. So I'm pretty happy about that. And because this was the only piece that I got at this estate sale, I could tell you how much it was. It was only $5 for this piece. So for a stoneware piece, I think that's pretty good, especially given the fact of how trendy they are these days. They typically go for higher. They're more sought after. However, this one's just a really cute one all around too. And as you can see, the lid is different from the container itself. It has some nice detailing at the top too. So this was a pretty good pick, and all around, I think a pretty good haul from estate sales lately. Finally got a chance to share this estate haul with you. It's been a long time coming. And I think if you liked these pieces, you're gonna love the next haul even more. But I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy to be back. I missed you all. The next video will of course be a thrift with me, so I hope you're ready for it. And I will see you in that one. Bye!